JSP elements? 3. What is first one? Scripting elements. Second one, directives. Third one, actions. Scripting elements, how many are there? 4. What are those? Scriptlets, declarations, expressions, comments. See, JSP implicit object references. How many are there? 9. What are those? First one, out. Second one, request. Third one, response. Fourth one, config. Fifth one, application. Sixth one, page. Seventh one, page context. Eighth one, session. Ninth one, exception. Okay. These object references are ready to use. These elements yesterday given. Syntaxes, examples you have seen. If you write a code in scriptlet, where it comes? Whatever you written code in the scriptlet, that code where it comes? Inside the method. Declaration, outside the method. Expression, as a parameter, out.print. Okay. Yesterday, you have seen first.jsp, second.jsp, something, time.jsp, these all you have seen. Now, counting number of views also you have seen. Now, I want to display multiplication table. Multiplication table. Like you studied basic programs, 8 programs here in solids at that time. Basic programs, 8 programs you studied. Okay. Like first solid, like a first.jsp. Second solid, just HTML code added. That is also you have seen. And time solid you have seen. Counter solid, like counting number of views. Like 4 concepts completed here. Fifth one, table. Like you studied here table solid, this program. To display multiplication table, you have seen like this. This solid program. Now this one in JSP, how to write? You observe. Right click, new JSP. Table.jsp. Next, finish. Now, if you want to display multiplication table in HTML, what are the tags we use? First HTML, next body, next which tag? Table. Table, something border equal to 20 pixels. Next, what will write? TR. TR close. Next, TD. Suppose 5. Again TD into TD close. Again TD 1. TD close. TD equal to TD close 5. Let us written. Now this is how many rows displayed? One row, 5 cells. Okay. This is only one row displayed. Suppose like this, I want to display 100 rows. Can you write for loop in HTML? No. Can you write in Java? Yes. JSP nothing but Java only, no? You can write. This code inside the for loop you have to write. This code inside the for loop we have to write. For writing for loop, which element required? Which element? Scriptlet. See, this is HTML, this is also HTML, and this is also HTML. Now, this code inside the for loop we have to write. Inside the for loop. Now, here, scriptlet. Scriptlet for loop integer I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 100, I plus plus. Okay. For loop open. Here, for loop you have to open. Now, this is for loop open. Here, for loop closed. Here, scriptlet closed. Now, suppose if I write like this, you observe. Scriptlet open, scriptlet closed. In between, for loop I written. But you are getting every line error, you observe. Every line error. Because if you want to write a code in JSP, HTML code should be outside. Outside. Otherwise, this code you have to write in the out.println. In a pw.println, Saulets we written, no? Like that you can write if you want. See, already you have seen table Saulet. Here, what we written? pw.println, pw.println we written, no? Like that you can write. Out.println, out.println you can write. That is one way. But again, out.println if you write, then no difference between Saulet and JSP. That's what this code outside the JSP you have to write. Outside the JSP. How to write outside the JSP? Observe. This scriptlet you close here itself. This scriptlet close here. Now here one more scriptlet open. One more scriptlet open. Now you observe for loop open, for loop closed. Now it is nothing but outside. Now scriptlet open and closed. Here scriptlet open and closed. Now this is outside the for loop only, no? Outside the JSP only, no? So like this you can write one way. But if you write like this, same 5 into 1 equal to 5, 100 times displayed. Now here border, BG color, green, text, yellow, something. If I execute this one, you observe. Now here no error. No error. But what is the problem? You observe. Same code 100 times displayed. Right click, run on server, save. Here table.jsp. Now what is happening? You observe 100 times 5 into 1 equal to 5 only displayed. Here actually here I value required. Here 5 into I required. Okay. Here I value required. Here 5 into I required. Now in the place of 1, if I write I, will it print I or I value? I printed or I value printed? I only printed. Output I comes because that is HTML now. Okay. Now I value if you want to display, again, this is JSP required. Then this I, if you want to print in JSP, how will print? Which one? Expression. You can use expression here. This is expression. Now you'll get a I value. Okay. But here 5 into I. Here also expression. 5 into I. Like this. Now here I value printed. Here 5 into I printed. See, this is little bit confusion will be there in JSP. Where we have to write JSP, where we have to write HTML, how to write, you have to take care. See, these 3 lines HTML, this is JSP. Again, these 3 lines HTML, it is HTML, it is JSP, it is HTML. Again, it is HTML, it is HTML, it is JSP, HTML, HTML, JSP, remaining HTML. Okay. Here, I value printed. Here 5 into I value printed, result printed. But this is you have to take care. You observe, this is JSP program to display multiplication table. Servlet program you observe. See, this is JSP program. It is servlet program you observe. How it is? This servlet program. Here importing required, package required. See, so many concepts required. 45 lines. Here just 10-15 lines. Only HTML maximum. See, JSP part is less. So same program year and year, you observe how it is. It is servlet. This is JSP. It is better, no? But confusion will be there. You have to take care. HTML code inside the servlet, if you want to write, out.println you have to write, then HTML you can write. JSP if you want to write, it is directly you can write. But here also like a servlet possible. Here also out.println you can write possible. But like that if you write, again no difference between servlet and JSP. Okay. Now you observe. Right click, run on server, save. Table.jsp. See, 5 into 1 equal to 5, 5 into 2 equal to 10, like this, 5 into 100 equal to 500. Just right click, view page source. See, 100 times generated. Total 500 plus lines. HTML, if you want to write like this only, you want to write. Okay. Because HTML, no loops, no conditions, no logic. Now, write this one. JSP program to display multiplication table. JSP program to display multiplication table. That is comment. JSP program to display multiplication table. So where we have tried JSP, where we have tried HTML, you have to take care. This is you have to take care. This is JSP. This is JSP. This is JSP. Here, can I write like this? Out.println I. Can I write like this? Yes or no? Yes. But if you write scriptlet, out.println you have to write. If you write expression, no need to write. So it is better, no? Suppose this complete HTML code, if you want to write inside the print JSP, then you have to write again out.println. Here double quotes open, here double quotes close, like this you have to write. That type also possible, but again solid type appears. Like that also works, but it is best. Yesterday, 3-4 different 4 types I given, like that. Like example time program. Time program 4 different formats I given. Here also 4 different formats we can write. Time program. This program also you can write different formats possible. This is table.jsp. Okay. Now you observe in a basics, total 8 programs are there. See, first servlet, like that, first.jsp you studied only plain text. Second servlet, like that, HTML code, that is you studied. Time, table, counter, these all you studied. But annotation we don't require here, because no URL pattern. URL pattern is no need to write. Directly file name we are writing. That is not required. And MIME type, it comes under further sessions. Page directive required for that. Okay. Image, same code. Solid input stream style only you have to write. No other option. Okay. There is only out.println, out JSP writer only implicit. And like the image, if you want to display, same style you have to write. No change. So basics completed in JSP. Basics completed in JSP. Now, basics completed. Next, how to retrieve request parameters. See, after basics in servlets, you studied request parameters, initialization parameters, context parameters. Three concepts you studied, no? That we will see. Now, it is login.html, login form, username, password, submit button, reset button. Like this, you studied in solets. Now, first of all, without database connection, you'll enter username, password. When you click on submit button, login.jsp, it will receive username, password. Given username, password, if it is ABC and XYZ, then I want to display welcome. Welcome ABC. Else, I want to display invalid username, password. Like this. Now, present, I'm not checking in database. Given username is ABC and password is XYZ, then welcome ABC. If it is any other than that ABC, invalid. Like this, if you write, what will happen? For one user only it is allowed. If you connect to database, n number of users possible. This one I'll show you first. Write this one. Write this diagram. Here, login.html already you studied. Login.jsp is new. Login.jsp is new concept. Now, without database connection, if the username is ABC, if the password is XYZ, then I want to display welcome. If any other username, any other password, invalid. So like this, if you write one user only accessible. Okay. If you connect to database, many users accessible. Is it over? Is it over? Now, see, first HTML. Right click, new HTML. Login.html. This program already many times you have seen. This is many times you studied. Form tag. Now form method equal to which method required? Get or post? Post, because data is confidential. Action equal to login.jsp. See, here username, password, confidential data. That's what method equal to post. Action equal to, at the time we return URL pattern of solid. Present, we are writing JSP, login.jsp. Okay, JSP file name I'm writing. After this, username, input type equal to text, name equal to something uname, line break. Password, input type equal to password, name equal to suppose p word, break, input type equal to submit button, input type equal to reset button, like this. Now here, what is uname, what is p word? Request parameter names. What is username and password? Labels. Here, when you click on submit button, action equal to login.jsp executed. Which type of request coming to JSP? Poster type. Okay. Write this one. This is HTML. Login.html. It is login.html. This program action equal to only different, remaining all same. At the time we return URL pattern of solid. Now we return JSP file name. That is only different in this program. Action equal to URL pattern of solid, we return previous programs. Now we are writing JSP file name. Just file name. Now, login.jsp program, we have to write login.jsp program. Is it over? Now, login.jsp program, right click, new JSP. Login.jsp. Next, finish. Now, I'll remove this complete code. Now, give me answer. How to receive username and password? Which method required? Get parameter. Get parameter method in which interface? Servlet request. Any servlet request reference is there? Is there? Which reference is there? See, HTTP servlet request reference is there. Servlet request reference is not there. Okay. Now get parameter method in which interface? Servlet request. But we have reference of HTTP servlet request. Can I call with that? Yes. Because servlet request is a super interface. HTTP servlet request is a sub interface. Using sub interface reference, can I call super interface method? Yes. That is we have to write. Okay. What we have to write? String s equal to what we have to write? Request dot get parameter. Parameter name uname. Like this. How to receive password? String s1 s2. Next, request dot get parameter pword. Now, whether it is ABC or not, we have to check. Whether it is XYZ or not, we have to check. How to check? Whether it first one ABC or not, second one XYZ or not, we have to check. How to check? Equals method or operator? Equals method. Method required. What we have to write? If s1 dot equals ABC. Next, and logical end. Next, s2 dot equals XYZ. Then we have to display welcome ABC. For printing welcome message, out.println welcome plus s1. Else, what do you write? Out.println invalid username or password. This complete code in which element we have to write? Scriptlet or declaration or expression, in which element we have to write? Scriptlet. So just here open the scriptlet, here close the scriptlet. That's it. This complete you can write in scriptlet only. One scriptlet. Here we didn't write any HTML. So complete scriptlet you can write like this. Now, if you want to display HTML, you can add it here. For both it is applicable. HTML, body, BG color. Like this, you can add. After this scriptlet, close. Okay, like this. Now you observe. Right click, run on server, save. Login.html. I'll type username ABC, password XYZ. When I click submit button, say welcome ABC, back. Password is wrong. Invalid username, password. Now any other username, any other password. Okay, like this. Write this one. Here, exact task code only we are writing. Remaining all automatically comes. Try catch blocks we are not writing. Overriding methods we are not writing. Class we are not writing. Importing package we are not writing. Exact task we are writing. So that's what very less number of lines we use. Exact task code we are writing. Okay. No need to import packages. No need to write class. No need to override method. No need to write try catch blocks. Exact task code. And ready-made objects are there. 9 objects. Those references we have directly can use. So in this program, we used out request. Out JSP writer. Request HTTP solid request. Now, this program, if you want to connect to a database, suppose here what is happening, only ABC XYZ only tell us. If any other username password is there, error comes, invalid. But if you connect to a database, you can check in database. In database, n number of users can register. That type if you want to write. You already studied login solid program at the time. Now, in the solids, you studied login. This is this login solid. Now, If you want to write this one, you observe. Here, connection establishment. In which method we written? Init method. But if you want to write the code in init method, any element I given? No. I given scriptlet, declaration, expression, only 3. If you write a code in scriptlet, where it comes? Inside the service. Declaration, outside the service. Expression as a parameter in out.print. But if you want to write a code in init method, any element I given? No. So how to write code in init method? How to write code in destroy method and do post? Nothing but equivalent to service. This is you can write. In scriptlet you can write. But init method, destroy method, I didn't give till. So first of all, here converted servlet life cycle you should know. Just note down. Converted servlet life cycle methods. Converted servlet life cycle methods. First one, JSP init method. Second one, underscore JSP service method. Third one, JSP destroy method. Converted servlet lifecycle methods. JSP init, underscore JSP service, JSP destroy. You observe JSP init, underscore JSP service, JSP destroy. JSP init, underscore JSP service, JSP destroy. But for this one underscore not there. For this one underscore is there. That is lifecycle method. These 3 lifecycle methods. Okay. And further programming, what will happen? If underscore appears, then you can understand that code we should not touch. Further, that is service point of view, like that is a system related method. But this method we outright, this method we outright, this method already written. Now JSP init, underscore JSP service, JSP destroy. When JSP init, you studied init service destroy, you studied, no? Same concept. When init method called by web container, whenever fast request comes to a servlet, service, every request, destroy, whenever servlet instance is removed. When it is going to be removed? Whenever web application is undeployed or server shuts down. That time. That is you already studied. Okay. Same concept here also. But this method already overridden. But this method not overridden. We have to override. You see converted servlet, this method not there. I'll show you. This method not there. C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10, web apps, root, work, Catalina, localhost, root, org, Apache, JSP. See, any one file here. Here, if I scroll down, just observe. Here, this is init, destroy, service. But here, underscore JSP init, it is non-life cycle method. Underscore JSP destroy, non-life cycle method. Underscore JSP service, life cycle method. Just now I given for init underscore I didn't give. See, you studied in servlets. Service, servlet request, servlet response. Service, HTTP servlet request, HTTP servlet response. Which one is life cycle? Which one is non-life cycle? First one is life cycle. Second one is like that only. Here, JSP init underscore JSP init. Now, which is life cycle, which is non-life cycle? First one, life cycle. Second one, like that. Okay. This is life cycle method. This is non-life cycle method. Now, JSP destroy. Underscore JSP destroy. Which is life cycle, which is non-life cycle? It is life cycle. It is non-life cycle. Underscore JSP service. It is life cycle. But without underscore JSP service, not there. Okay. One method already overridden by these three life cycle. 1, 2, 3. In these three, JSP engine already overridden this one. But this one not overridden. We have to override if you want. Okay, if you want to override, you have to override. That is first notes I'll give. That notes I'll give. Note down. JSP init method. JSP init method. It is called by web container whenever first request comes to a servlet. It is called by web container whenever first request comes to a servlet. It is called by web container whenever first request comes to a servlet. This method belongs to jakarta.servlet.jsp page interface. This method belongs to jakarta.servlet.jsp page interface. This method can be overridden by programmer. This method can be overridden by programmer. This method can be overridden by programmer. Here, converted servlet lifecycle. Okay, here you can write servlet also, JSP also. When JSP request comes, servlet executed. Like that I given. Otherwise, JSP also you can write. Otherwise, you can write like this. Whenever request comes to a JSP or converted servlet. Like this you can write. It is called by web container whenever first request comes to a JSP or converted servlet. When JSP request comes, converted servlet request executed. Like that. This method can be over. Say, this method, it is called by web container whenever first request comes to a JSP or converted servlet. JSP converted into servlet. Then this method belongs to jakarta.servlet.jsp.jsp page interface. This method can be overridden by programmer. If you want to override this method, which element required? This method not overridden. If you want to override this method, which element required? Scriptlet or declaration or expression? Which method required? Which element required? Declaration. Suppose by mistake, if you write scriptlet, what will happen? Inside the service, init method becomes. Inside the service method, in a method possible? No. So you have to write declaration. Okay. Next, underscore JSP service method. Note. It is called by web container for every request. It is called by web container for every request. This method belongs to jakarta.servlet.jsp.hdp JSP page interface. This method belongs to jakarta.servlet.jsp.hdp JSP page interface. This method cannot be overridden by programmer because it is already overridden. By JSP engine. This method cannot be overridden by programmer because it is already overridden by JSP engine. See, underscore JSP service already present in a converted servlet. That's what we should not override. We should not override. Okay. JSP destroy. It is called by web container whenever converted servlet instance is removed from web container. It is called by web container whenever converted servlet instance is removed from web container. converted solid instance is removed whenever web application is undeployed from server or server shuts down. Converted solid instance is removed whenever web application is undeployed from server or server shuts down. This method belongs to jakarta.solid.jsp.jsp page interface. This method belongs to jakarta.solid.jsp.jsp page interface. This method belongs to jakarta.solid.jsp.jsp page interface. So one method already overridden by JSP engine. Two methods we have to override. If you want to override this method, where we have to write scriptlet or declaration or expression? Where we have to write declaration, because it should be outside the service only required. Declaration we can override. Now with these lifecycle methods we can write. Is it over? So it is called by web container whenever converted solid instance is removed from web container. Converted solid instance is removed whenever web application is undeployed from server or server shuts down. This method belongs to jakarta.solid.jsp.jsp page interface. Here JSP page 1 interface is there. HTTP JSP page one more interface is there. See the hierarchy I'll give. Already know Solid's library. Solid interface inherited in generic Solid. Okay, like that only. Solid interface inherited in JSP page. Generic Solid inherited in HTTP Solid. Here JSP page inherited in HTTP JSP page. Here Solid interface inherited in generic Solid. Generic Solid inherited in HTTP Solid. Here one class is there. HTTP JSP base. It's one class. This class This class derived from these interfaces. Say these three interfaces, these three classes. This class inherited in our JSP program. Suppose demo underscore JSP class. Like this. Now, this Servlet program can use Servlet library also, JSP library also. Now, this is which type of inheritance? This is which type of inheritance? See the complete diagram. Different answers coming. Multiple coming, hierarchical, hybrid coming. Any other? Hierarchical. One more came. Next. Hybrid. Next. Total how many types of inheritance? 5, 6. Types also multiple answers is there. Single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multi-path inheritance, hybrid inheritance. 6 types of inheritance. 6 types. Multi-path also is there. This is hybrid. Multi-path also you can call. Multi-path is also one example of hybrid inheritance. That is also studied. Multi-path we can call it as hybrid, but all hybrids are not multi-path. See, Servlet to HTTP JSP base or demo underscore JSP. Via this is one path. Via generic Servlet, HTTP Servlet, one path. Via JSP page, HTTP JSP page, one more path. Multi-path. More than one path. Multi-path. Multi-path we can also call hybrid. That's what it is. Multi-path also right answer. Hybrid also right answer. Right this one. Generic Solid is a class. HTTP Solid is a class. HTTP JSP base is a class. Demo underscore JSP is a class. You can call it as multi-path inheritance. You can call it as hybrid inheritance. More than one path, multi-path. More than one form. hybrid. Here 2-3 forms combined. That is the reason hybrid. More than one path is there, multi-path. Both are right. Suppose if you take only these two classes, this interface, this class, then which inheritance? Which inheritance? Single inheritance. If I take these three, hierarchical. If you take these three, multiple. If you take these three, multi-level. If you take up to here, multi-path. See, Servlet to HTTP JSP base via generic Servlet, HTTP Servlet, one path. From Servlet to HTTP JSP base via JSP page, HTTP JSP base, one more path, multi-path. And many forms combined, no? That's what hybrid. Single is there, multi-level is there, multiple is there, hierarchical is there, multi-path is there. All are there, no? That's what we'll call it a hybrid also. More than one form, if it is combined, that is called hybrid inheritance. But it is multi-path also we can call. Now, is it over? If you want to write the code, you observe. Here, this program, I want to connect to a database. Login.html, this username and password. I'll retrieve. In JSP. How to retrieve? You have seen. Like this, we retrieve. Now, I want to check in database. This username, password exists or not, I want to check in database. If you want to check in database, one SQL query we have tried. What is a SQL query we have tried? What you tried? Select star from one table name, suppose uinfo, I'll continue that one only. Where uname equal to question mark and p-word equal to question mark. This is required. Okay. This is static SQL query or dynamic SQL query? Dynamic SQL query. For dynamic SQL queries, which interface required? Prepared statement required. Prepared statement interface required for this. Prepared statement, if you want to write, first connection required. Connection establishment code. In which method we have to write? JSP init or underscore JSP service or JSP destroy. JSP init method. But JSP init method not overridden. We have to override. Okay. Then which element required? Declaration required. With that we can override. You observe. First, this program complete code I'll remove. Already written this program. Now, first declaration. Declaration will write. Now, we have to override. That method we have to override. That method, you observe, that method belongs to which interface? Jakarta.servlet.jsp.jsp page interface. You observe. Jakarta dot solid.jsp.jsp page interface. Here in this package, JSP page interface is there. In this interface, you observe JSP init, void JSP init. This method we have to call JSP destroy. Okay. Now, what we have tried? Public void JSP init. This method we have to override. Now, declaration after that overriding. Now, if you are overriding means try catch blocks also you have to write. So try catch exception E. System.err.println E. Here, what we have to write? Connection establishment class dot for name. Here, Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot Oracle driver. Connection con equal to driver manager dot get connection. Here JDBC colon Oracle colon thin colon at local host 1521 XE. Next system. Next manager. Now connection established. This connection can be accessed outside the init method? No. That's what instance variable you have to write. For instance variable, if you want to write scriptlet record or declaration record or expression record. Already we have declaration. You can write here, no? Like this you can write. Now, but connection interface we have to import. Driver manager class we have to import. But till I didn't explain how to import. Okay. Now can we use scriptlet for importing? Can we use scriptlet for importing? Give me answer. Can we use? No. Can we use declaration? No. Can we write expression? Scriptlet import statement outside the class. But till I didn't explain outside the class how to write. I given inside the class, outside the method, and inside a method. That's it. So that's what present what I'll do. Fully qualified name I'll write. You can write like this, no? Like this you can write. Okay. Here also java.sql. Like this you can write. Valid. You observe here. This is connection establishment. But solids also we written like this only. JSP also we are writing like this only. But I said JSP is very easy as compared to solid. Okay. But this type of program, what is happening, you observe? Same style appearing, no? Actually, this, how many lines is there, you see? 13 lines. This is first version JSP I'm explaining. Next version JSP is there. These 13 lines in a one line we can write. 13 lines, just in a one line also we can write. But this is also you should know, that is also you should know. That is all not possible. But here, whatever you want, it is possible. That is the reason this is also you have to learn. There is some limitation. Now, that's what this is also you have to learn. Later, this program just in 5 to 10 lines we can write. Total program 5 to 10 lines only can write. But here connection establishment only 13 lines it has taken. Okay. Like this, we'll write. It is connection establishment code in JSP init method we written. Now, connection close code, where we are right? JSP destroy. But JSP destroy, is it overridden? Is it overridden? No, we have to override. This method, I didn't give this point. Okay, this point I didn't give, and just you write this one. This method can be overridden by programmer. This method can be overridden by programmer. It is not overridden. We have to override. If you want, we can override. Underscore JSP service overridden. This method cannot be overridden by programmer because it is already overridden by JSP engine. But this is JSP destroy. It is not overridden. We have to override. This method can be overridden by programmer. Now, connection close code, where we have to write JSP destroy. Can we override this method? Yes. If you want to override, which method, which element you have to use? Again, declaration. So you can write one more declaration, otherwise in the same declaration. One more declaration, open, declaration, close. What we have to write? Public void JSP destroy. Next, try catch blocks. System.err.println E. Here what we have to write? Connection dot close. That's it. See, connection establishment, connection close. 24 lines it has taken. Okay, 24 lines. But still, actual code we didn't write. That is where we have to write task code. Service. But service can be override. This method cannot be overridden by programmer because it is already overridden by JSP engine. Now, this method you cannot override, but you can write the code in this method. How to write? Which element required? Scriptlet. Okay. That code we'll see next class. Okay. It takes time anyhow. We'll see continuation on Monday.